Content over everything.
Okay, firstly, I just want to say happy Gurpurab to my Sikh bros, including one of my Sikh brothers over here, filming on my camera. Big up to him. Won't say his name because he'll get some stick. So anyone associated with me, I do want to keep it quite positive in terms of why I'm saying happy Gurpurab. Basically, that means we're celebrating Guru Nanak Dev Ji's 550th anniversary of his birth in 1469 in the Punjab in India, and he's the founder of Sikhism. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into his life because I actually want to do a separate video, maybe with some other people discussing the influence of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, but I do want to kind of just touch upon basic sort of things that people don't really know or might not know. And the reason why I wasn't at the park wasn't because I was banned or I had, oh, brilliant. Is it because I'm banned? Or is it going to take a lot of noise out? It's got a lot of noise there, isn't it? Oh, it should be right. So it's not because I'm banned or because I've got restrictions, it's because in November it's a very important time for Sikhs this year, especially because we had a lot of anniversaries. So I've been concentrating on being very pious as much as I can. So unfortunately, when it comes to Speaker's Corner, it can get quite negative. So I didn't want to get into all the, let's just say, silliness that goes on around it. But I am back now. So there's a few things I want to address later on, the reason why I've come back. Now, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is the founder. Before I go on though, I want to say I do not represent Sikhs. I need to do this caveat every time. It should be obvious. I do not represent Sikhs. I represent myself and my faith happens to be Sikhism. I am not a good representation of Sikhs and I'm not ever claiming to be. I'm not somebody that you should be looking at and thinking, okay, this is what a Sikh should be like. I'm very flawed, I've got my own journey. And so hopefully one day I'll be there, but I won't be at the park when I get to that stage. I can guarantee you that. I'll be at home doing other stuff. So I just want to put down, if I make any mistakes, don't be an internet warrior, typing. Tell me if I made a mistake, because I'm only human. So this year has been quite important, just because of the fact that we had the 400th anniversary of what we call Bandit or Divas, but other people might call it Diwali. But we call it a different word, but it goes on the same day as Diwali for Hindus. Now, the other, probably the most important date was this year, and it was actually on November the 12th, and that was the Guru Nanak Dev Ji's 550th birth, and also the birth of Sikhism in a way, because from his birth, Sikhism then kind of evolved over a 200-year period, which we could talk about at another time. Now, during this time frame, Guru Nanak Dev Ji kind of really transformed how people saw religion. And within Islam or Muslims in Pakistan and Hindus in India, they all claim him to be their own. So some Muslims will say he's a Muslim. Some people will say he's a Hindu. And I don't take offense to that, because that was the point. He was supposed to be open. So I have people saying to me, oh, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was a Muslim because he built a mosque. And what I would say to that is that he wasn't a Muslim, but he still built a mosque because that's what his message was. That to him, a mosque was a place of God that you worship. So whether you worship in a mosque or a mandir, or whether you now worship in a gurdwara or a church, the main thing is to worship God. And so for anyone trying to score points about, oh, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is a Muslim, you can have him. If someone's saying he's a Hindu, you can have him. But he is truly the Sikhs. And that's what his message was, that he was for everybody. And I hope people understand that, because that's the reason why people are confused about Guru Nanak Dev Ji in particular. Now, he was born in Nankana Sahib in Pakistan, which is now Pakistan. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit of a political thing, which is mixed with the Sikh issue at the moment, which is Pakistan. And I'm going to say something and people are going to be surprised, but big up Imran Khan. Imran Khan, you have a pass for me. Let's just say a lifetime pass. I'll give you leeway now because I'll explain the reason why, and I'll even say big up to my Pakistani brothers who have allowed this particular historic occasion for Guru Nanak Dev Ji to happen. I'll explain why it's so historic. Now, India, as you see today, in Pakistan and Bangladesh, obviously were not always there. That was a creation in 1947 when the British left after they had the colonial kind of like rule over there. When they left, they split India into certain areas where you had majority Muslims, Hindus and Sikhs, and then Muslims on the other side in Bangladesh. Now the problem when they split India is that they split it in such a way that the land of the Sikhs, Hindus and Muslims, the Punjabi Hindus and Sikhs, where the Sikhs are mainly from, that land was split right down the middle. Imagine London, and then you have two groups of people, and then all of a sudden they split it in the middle, and you have one group there, but people need to go to each group, a bit like Berlin as well. And so this is what happened with the Punjab. So half of Punjab is now in Pakistan, and the other half is in India. And now the issue here is that two of our most holiest shrines are actually now in Pakistan. So a lot of people mistake that Harmandir Sahib, or what we call the Golden Temple, is the Sikhs' most holiest shrine. And it's not, because the Golden Temple, as much as it is one of our most holiest shrines, and the heart of the Sikhs, which we have the Kartarpur governing body there, one thing is that the most important site is actually in Pakistan, in Nanak Sahib, where Nanak Sahib is the Gurdwara. And then you also have on the other side, Kartarpur Gurdwara. Now I'll explain what happened last week or the week before, on the 12th of November, as to why I'm saying big up Pakistan and big up Imran Khan, because a lot of people say I don't like Pakistanis, and I'm going to be honest with you, I do have my issues. I do have my issues in Pakistan as well, but I also have a problem with BJP and the RSS, who are fascists and terrorists. So I'm being fair. Now when it comes to Nanak Sahib, that is in Pakistan. Now to get there is still a bit of a problem because of the tensions between India and Pakistan. But the Gurdwara there for the Sikhs have been treated very well. They've been given the security, they're very kind of neat, people can go there. But one of the biggest kind of, problems for the Sikhs was that, one of the things that was really problematic for the Sikhs was that a Gurdwara called Kartarpur corridor, Gurdwara, was actually where Guru Nanak Dev Ji spent the last 18 years of his life, where he passed away. Now when they split the Punjab in half, they didn't take into account that one of our most holiest shrines was just 3 miles away from the border of India. So in order for Sikhs to get there in the past, they would either have to look through a binocular to look over 3 miles because it was within a binocular distance, or they'd have to go to the Wagad border, and they'd have to go to Lahore and then to Kartarpur, which was, I think it was 100 and... Why did you guys pass out? Why did you put it? Are you guys Sikh? I'm Muslim, I'm big up, man. Look at that. They're going to start saying, they're going to say he's doing that. Oh, big up to you, so why did you pass out? Why did you put it, man? Big up, man. That's what you call respect from my Muslim brothers, man. Are you Pakistani Punjabi? Yeah. What am I Punjabi frauds, man? So big up to the... I'm going to turn it around for a second. Turn this around for a second. Big up to my Punjabi brothers, yeah? Because the thing is, a lot of people say that I hate Pakistanis. I will say something. The Punjabi Pakistanis are ethnically my brothers. Yeah? They are my brothers, yeah? And I will say this, yeah? We are brothers. But we do have problems, like brothers have problems sometimes. We're very heated people. So when you have two sides that are very heated, like two brothers that are heated, you're going to argue a bit. But he's still my Punjabi brother, man. And big up to Imran Khan. You got a lifetime pass. I normally always cussing him out.
So the corridor?
Yeah, so what I'm going to say, the reason why I'm giving it, so big up to bro, big up. So reason why I'm going to say this is that there was a border, and to get to the other side, you'd have to travel 120 miles to get there, and it was very difficult to get into the Punjab, into Pakistan, because of the tensions between India. Now, what the Imran Khan and another individual called Navjit Singh Sidhu, both of them were cricket players, and both of them used to know each other prior to politics. So they managed to be able to go past the kind of BJP and the RSS kind of fascist state, who are also against the Sikhs, and I will say that they're against Sikhs as well, and managed to arrange for the Kartarpur corridor, which was a corridor, instead of going 120 miles, just 3 miles straight, in a straight line to the Gurdwara. Now, this is very important, because this is the first time since 1947 that the Punjab, like my Punjabi bro here, the Punjab is for the first time like a bloodline has been opened, and the Sikhs and the Muslims and the Hindus now can kind of sort of see that we are the same people ethnically. Because one thing I love to see when I saw the videos was just how similar we are once you take away all of this and stuff like that. We have the same language, we have a similar history, we have a similar culture. Now the thing that separates is obviously land because now they're in Pakistan. And on top of that, you also have the religion. So Sikhs have a particular culture because of their religion. Hindus as well, who are Punjabi, like Raks. And this individual is Muslim. But one thing I loved when I saw the videos was that you had Muslims within the Gurdwara looking after it, and they were actually, they were actually praying within the Gurdwara, not to our gurus, or not to our Waheguru or whatever, but to their own kind of, I think it's called, their own 5 daily prayers. And that was a very beautiful thing to see. So I do want to say, happy Gurpurab again, happy Gurpurab to my Sikh brother, happy Gurpurab to my Muslim brother from Pakistan. And this kind of attitude that the brother come over is what I love to see. This is the kind of attitude where I remember that, these people are my people as well, but we have our own issues. Don't get me wrong, you annoy me, no doubt about it. I get pissed off with Pakistani Punjabis, no doubt. But you still are, you've done something on that side that I will always be grateful for Pakistan to allow it to happen. So once again, big up to Imran Khan, big up to Pakistan, and big up to my Pakistani Punjabi brothers. So I'm going to leave it at this. I'm just going to say happy Gurpurab again, and if I made any mistakes, I apologise. And so, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
ContentCOE everything from your
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Because of a lack, because they're going to pay for their tuition. Because they've got miserable housing. We've got the worst housing standards in the whole of Europe. And in London, we have thousands and thousands of empty properties, even in the middle of the city, when homeless people are dying.